Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to the Cashway Kitchen. My name is Mike, and this is Chef Randall, and I almost feel like a made man in the food mafia, so to speak. I've been given my own Cashway apron, and I feel honored.
You're part of the culinary team.
Well, let's dive in. What are you doing today?
So we're going to do something with leftovers. A lot of times, we have all these things, and we don't. What are we going to do with them? And usually, some of our family's still around. So let's find a different way of using some things. So we're going to make potato pancakes out of leftover mashed potatoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oftentimes there are mashed potatoes left over.
Right, and I mean, and what a cool way of using something like this. So I'm going to have you mix up these eggs with our onion. So we're going to start with 2 eggs, and that's about a 1/4 cup of grated onion. Okay. And we're just going to mix all that out. Now it all depends on your mashed potato that you have at home. We're using like a smashed red. So there's a little bit of chunks in there, which is okay. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Or is it real smooth? How much butter did you use? Are they relatively lean, meaning little milk, little butter, or are they very rich? So some of these things are going to cause the pancake to maybe behave in a little bit different way, but that's all depending on the mashed potato that you're using. That's
I
plenty
love
good.
the smell of onion.
Yeah, isn't that nice? You can put your spatula there. Okay. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to just kind of fold these potatoes into that mixture there. So when I say fold, we're going to just kind of take it and kind of.
When you make mashed potatoes, do you peel them first, or do you just cut them and then mash them up?
It depends on really what I'm serving it with. Okay. It's really going to depend on what I'm going to do for mashed potato.
I enjoy the flavor of both.
Right. If I'm doing a meatloaf, it's a little bit more casual, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to probably rock like a smashed potato, where I really don't go too. I just boil it, smash it with that the masher thing, and then add my, heat my milk, heat my butter, add it in, I'm done. If I'm going for something a little bit more refined, I might use like a Yukon Gold. I might then put it through a potato ricer or a food mill. So then I get really nice, really nice texture. And then I just start working butter and cream into it.
We just did a meal at home with Yukon Gold potatoes. Something we don't normally do, and I found out the taste was very good.
Yeah, and I think that for mashed potatoes, I think it really works. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add some flour, and depending on what kind of potato what kind of mashed potatoes you started with will depend on how much flour we're going to use. Now, a lot of times, people will get a little concerned that it isn't pancake-like. So you can see that this is very different than a pancake. It's not like a batter. So, as we add that flour, we want to make sure that we don't add too much, because if we do, it's going to get gummy. And we don't really want to have a gummy batter. So what we want to do is just make sure that it has enough to adhere to the pan, and it still holds together, just holds together.
Yeah, it's starting to look real good.
Okay, so then, and what does that look like? Well, what I would do is I would do a tester. So, take a little bit, put it in the pan, see how it works. If you need to add a little bit more flour, add more flour. You can always add more flour, you can't take away. Right. So, that's why I would say, do testers, and that's always the best thing to do. When we would make, certain things where, we're making like a seasoned, patty of meat or something, and we're adding seasonings into it, I'd always make a tester, because you really never know where you're at sometimes.
How many patties are you hoping to make out of this right here?
So we're going to get about 2 dozen.
Okay. Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Out of about 2 cups.
Okay.
All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to break. Okay. I'm going to heat up the pan. I'm going to put some clarified butter in it. If you don't have clarified butter, you can certainly use a butter alternative, or you could use olive oil. It's up to you what you want to use. And then we'll go from there. But we'll put it all together when you come back.
Okay, don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break and come back and see the fruits of our labor. Stay with us.